we have Gaku's face here. He came all the way from, is it California or
Yeah,
Japan?
I live in LA.
In LA.
Yeah, LA sucks.
Well, I hope your experience here in Atlanta is so much better.
It's
So
much
thank
better.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming
Totally.
and giving us, you know, the LA hospitality while we present you our Southern hospitality.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyone start with questions?
Yeah, how did you get into acting or voice acting?
Acting is, I wanted to, my first initial goal was to to open the doors for Asian actors.
Perfect.
And especially like me, from foreigners, it's not English is not a first language, and then we have visa issued and everything. But I want to encourage people that they can do it, So that's what I'm doing right now. And then for voice acting, I moved to LA for on camera, and I started voice acting because I wanted to make money. But in LA, there's so much competition, right? And as an actor, the first goal is to survive as an actor, And then I used to work at a restaurant for 7 years, and every time people ask me, hey, what do you do? I hesitated to say I'm an actor because I was working at a restaurant 5 nights a week. So I really wanted to make money as a professional actor to survive, pay my rent and everything. I don't have to buy expensive stuff or eat, go to good restaurant, whatever, I don't care. That's why I was thinking, I'm going to audition for movie, TV, and commercial, what else I can do? Okay, voiceover. Then I made a demo reel and sent them out to the voiceover agencies, and then one of them called me, hey, I want to have an interview with you. And I went there, and then she said, I don't have any Japanese guy on my lineup, so I'll take you in. And she happened to be one of the biggest voice agents in town, and that's how she got me into Overwatch, actually. Yeah.
Nice. Anyone else? I have a question. So how is the industry different from Japan than it is in LA or here in America?
Totally different, because here it's totally up to you. Even big agencies, you might get opportunity. You need a big agency with good manager to get auditions, but it's up to you to book the job. In Japan, all the job goes to the agency. Agency gives them a job. So if the agency is big and they like you, you get the job automatically. And then sometimes, so most of the time, the actors get salaries because they can get the job for them. But which sucks because you can choose. And then once you get salary, they smash you all the jobs to which you don't want to do, and you don't have any time off or you have no control anything, And then Jonny's late. Thanks.
No, they rescheduled.
No, you rescheduled.
I did reschedule.
You rescheduled.
It's great
And
seeing
then,
Oh, we're double timing?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So
can you stop there? It's $50. Thank you.
Alright, so let's actually switch mics if you are, unless you're really partial to that one. And then we'll have to-
The smell of Gaku mouth.
All right, then we got
And it's not, I don't really have control of it at this point, but they're doing a concert behind you, so that's why we have the mics.
I see.
Got it.
So just try not to be as distracted. Feel free to dance.
All right, always.
Good morning, Jonny.
You wanna ask him same question, I guess?
Yeah, how did you get into acting or voice acting?
When I was a kid, I was a huge ham, I learned I could get out of trouble if I made my mom laugh. And so I think that was kind of the beginnings of my understanding of entertainment and how powerful it was. And then, through school, I kind of got into it. In the 7th grade, I got into acting because I didn't make the basketball team. And my acting teacher took interest in the fact that I could say lines pretty sincerely in my acting class. And he was like, you should really do this. You should, pursue this. You should be in the play. And I was like, sure, why not? And then when I did it, I was like, this is exhilarating, this is fun, this is exciting, way better than basketball. And I just stuck with it over the years. I kept taking classes, and I kind of got the same thing from my acting teachers, continue doing this. And so I did, all the way up into college, and in college I got an agent. And then I didn't really focus on voice acting. I was always on camera, and that's what I was mostly pursuing. But I got lucky. A manager set me up with an agency for voiceover, and I went in and just smashed it out of the park, and they took me on. And then I didn't book anything for the longest time, and I was scared that they would drop me. And then at some point, like, I think I really started to focus on the style of voiceover, which is different from on camera, and finding my voice. And yeah, I slowly started booking these small little video game roles. I was like, this is a thing? Okay, cool. And then I think my database now of credits for voice acting is mostly video games. So that kind of just started happening. Yeah. Here I am because of a video game.
Anyone have any more questions?
So you guys both obviously big names in Overwatch. With the Overwatch League being so big as it is, have you guys like gotten the chance to go out to Burbank and experience like the games live? And if so, do you have like a favorite team or players?
I did. I went with Lucy, the Mercy's voice actor, and then I watched the monitor for 5 minutes, and I'm like, I'm done. It's too fast, makes me dizzy. It's fun. And I stopped by New York and then Dallas team, and then they don't care about us because they are playing for 6-7 hours a day, 6 days a week. So they're sick and tired of hearing us. So they introduce, hey, this is the voice of Genji and Mercy. They don't care. Yeah. Well, it's fun experience actually. All the fans, you know, the excitement and stuff like that. And it's really, you know, like impressive. And my team is for now is Dallas. Was the director of Dallas Fuel is my friend. But once they made Tokyo team, it's gonna be my team for sure.
I haven't been to Burbank yet, but I did go to BlizzCon and watch the finals there like 2 years ago. That was wild. But yeah, I went to Houston. Houston, the whole team just you know, treated me right. You know, it's all about those vibes, man. And I really enjoyed the time down there. So Houston for now. But if anybody's wanting to court me, I like you know, beignets. I like send away and I'll endorse.
Any questions in the back row?
I got one. You guys are both screen actors, very accomplished as well, but what's been the biggest challenge transitioning between screen acting and voice acting for you guys?
Well, for me, the biggest thing is you don't have to memorize lines. That to me, I think, is a huge, like, gets you out of your head, right? I think that the paper's right there. You don't have to worry about remembering your lines. You just have to emote. And I think there's a freedom just in voice acting because you don't have to worry about what your face looks like, memorizing lines. You just have to be able to deliver a character through just reading, right? And a part of that, which I also love, is the freedom that you could be anything. You know, it doesn't matter what your physical look is. You could be an animal. You could be a helicopter, which I've played before. You know what I mean? Like, it's the imagination on it is vast. So it's an amazing medium to be a part of. Yeah.
Yeah, for challenge, for me, is for voice acting is you have to make instant acting choices, and then on camera you have a script, so you have a beginning, middle, and end, so you can kind of develop the character. But on the voice acting, like you get only your lines, so you don't know the arc of the story, and the Blizzard have Michael Chu. It's always on site or on call, so he explains. But still, we have to use a lot of imagination to make it, the character right. Mm-hmm. So that's my challenge, but I'm good at it because I'm talented.
Do you guys have any upcoming projects you can talk about?
Tough.
No, but I do have some things coming out, and I can't wait to, share.
Oh, I have one. I'm producing and making action stuff with my co-star from Street Fighter, Christian Howard. We're gonna make all the action short that we wanted to do for a long time, and we already locked down the location, like a warehouse. So we're gonna use all the wire and then probably fire and everything for like action stuff. So it's gonna be cool. We know many stunt people, and then for the behind the camera too. So we have like it's a good team. So that's who I'm gonna focusing on. After.
Nice. Speaking of projects that we do, because that's we also produce, and I think that's always something to do. Is always like if nothing's coming to you, make it, and that's kind of what we've done a bunch.
Yeah.
And,
Season 3 is coming, huh?
well, the last season of Teenage Dad's coming out. If you guys are fans, it's ridiculous, and will be the payoff I think everybody wants. It won't be the Game of Thrones payoff, which I loved, but some people didn't.
Mm-hmm.
But it'll definitely be the one you wish you had for Game of Thrones.
Anyone else?
I was gonna throw in a question, kind of on the Teenage Dad situation.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about how social media is used in terms of your own personal brands, or how it revolves around? Like, is it a hindrance or a help for shows like this and your own projects?
Well, I think for me personally, social media has been such a way to connect with fans. I think for me, my experience with it, especially from the video that I created a few years ago at BlizzCon, like I didn't expect it to get millions on millions of views, right? Like that kind of brought a lot of attention to us as actors, right? Versus in the past in voiceover, you don't get that kind of like forefront from the voice actors, and this shot us to the forefront, and then that brought us to you guys and kind of opened up. People started finding me on my Twitter and my Instagram, and I was chatting with fans. I didn't realize the frenzy was so hot. And so, they kind of opened that door for me to like connect with you guys, and then it opened the door for conventions, right? It really, social media just kind of like, I think it could be a helpful thing or a hindrance, just depending on the way in which you use it and how much it affects you. But for me, it's been such a positive thing, and my fan base, which is crazy, so positive on my page, and the fan base for Overwatch and the things that I'm doing. I'm kind of floored by how much love there is there, and
Actually, he opened the doors for us. I'm not good at social media. And
he didn't even have a Twitter or an Instagram at the beginning.
I had nothing, and I opened one because he kept telling me to open one. Actually, I opened one on the first anniversary of Overwatch, so it's been 2 years now. And then it's good because connecting with fans is fun. I got hacked once. Which, made me
that's right.
Which made me consider closing my account as well, but I decided to stay because of the fans.
So
and actually, he helped me to like
get unhacked.
Yeah. I texted Jonny.
For like 2 days, somebody's holding it hostage and like posting the weirdest stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, Gaku, what are you posting? He's like, I got hacked. And I'm like, oh man.
Yeah, he helped me actually.
Oh my god, that's funny. Did Carolina hack you?
Yeah, that's what people said.
Yeah, there's no empathy to your plight. Carolina did it. You're like, I need help.
Yeah.
The question I want to ask is that you guys play heroes, and there's always something that we do in our lives that we can be everyday heroes.
Yeah, totally.
It may not be a firefighter or a police officer or someone who is saving a cat, but there's a way that we can mentor or mentee someone. How have you guys been able to be heroes in your everyday lives since the overtake of Overwatch?
Well, I think for me, starting with like the very smallest of the small, I think we all, hope we have an impact on the world and can change the world. But a good friend of mine was having a moment of realization. He's like, man, how can I change the world if I can't even like help my friends, in my direct circle, and paying attention to that. And I think the biggest thing for me is truly listening without judgment to the people around me, my family, my friends, and it's a constant, like, I don't have to do anything, just listen and see this person. And that to me is like, at the simplest level, paying attention, being aware, being present to the people around you, I think causes a level of like just seeness in them that I think fills us all up. When we're seen and we're heard, it does so much. And not to be like, oh, I hear what you're saying, but here's how you change your life. Just tell me what you're going through. Just to be silent and just to listen and say, man, I hear what you're going through. Thank you for sharing. That's it. And that I think is one of the hardest things to do, because you're like, dude, you can do this, you can do that. But just to listen, I think, is one of the smallest things you could do, but one of the hardest that has one of the biggest impacts. So, yeah.
For me, for now, I'm just focusing on myself, because as I said, I want to open doors for Asian actors, especially from foreign seats. So that's why I want to focus on myself to prove that I can do it, which makes them think that they can do it, and then eventually, I can tell them, hey, you can do it because I did it. And then I want to produce something, just give them opportunity to shine, because they have so much potential and possibility in to shine in this country.
Cool. Thank you guys.
Anything else?
Outside of your jobs, what kind of passions do you have? Anything secret or not as well known?
Yeah, I like to shop. No, I for many years I think I've been doing improv, and I think that's been such a big thing in my life. Even if I'm not doing it on a stage, I'm doing it constantly in my house or just with my friends. It's just kind of an addiction, and that's just doing dumb bits, making characters, just having. I think that to me has been a big, a big thing for me that releases like my weird creativity just in a moment of like just doing a scene with someone or like pretending to be weird characters for a bit. That to me has been something I have to do mostly, and I think that's just kind of, if you find me like, making a weird voice with somebody, that's just me really living life to the fullest. So yeah.
Go to the gym and take a nap after.
Perfect.
That's my favorite.
Anyone else? Work out and sleep. I like that. I have a question. How important is to you, I know what you said about bringing the proper representation of Asian actors and being a minority myself, how important is to you to continue to not only bring the right representation to all ethnicity, especially people of color, and how you guys continue to do that throughout your careers?
In a good and a bad way, I don't listen to people, and I don't have much stress, because I do what I believe. Once you start listening to other people too much, then you're gonna get lost. So I'm just doing what I believe, and I believe in myself, and then I know it's gonna happen someday, hopefully soon. Then if it didn't happen, it's okay, because I'm doing it, and then I made a decision, and then I'm responsible for the decisions. So
It's already happened, my man.
yeah, of course. I'm Genji, dude.
Yeah, and I think for me it's always just like, what am I putting out there that is the representation that I want people to see, and I think moving beyond stereotypes. What am I? I've turned things down, auditions down, because I'm like, I don't want to be represented that way, so I'm not going to do it. And I think I've gotten to the place where I can do that, which is nice. And I think that's it. Is like, if it's not also being made, how can I be a part of making that a reality, making brown people heroes, Asian people heroes? And right now is the time. And Overwatch did that, and it's been such a need, I think that's why the game became what it was. And so to take that into account, and I think people are. So I think things are changing in a really great way. So yeah.
We have time for one last question, if anyone hasn't had a chance to ask one. Otherwise, someone gets the final question. Go ahead, dear.
Gaku, any basic tips on how to play Genji? You got any?
I suck myself, so, so just don't spam I need healing. That's my tip.
Thank you, gentlemen, for taking the time to
Thank you.
be here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.